evening in the war in Springfield, Massachusetts. We're at Calhoun Park, and it's very close to the Bay State Hospital, for instance. Nowadays, it's very much a recreational park. It might have started out its life as mostly a walking park. It probably started in the 1880s, and it's surrounded by a lot of Victorian homes, and that's a sign it probably did start in the 1880s as a nice walking park for the people that lived around this particular area. Anything you want to know before we start out?
Is there any historical significance to the neighborhood?
Yes, it is, because it's so close to the hospital area that you can bet that a lot of doctors probably lived in this area, and they're probably the ones that lived in some of these homes. And it grew up into a true neighborhood style with a school nearby, one of the edges. And the park has developed along the way, too. And it's historical because of the gorgeous Victorian homes, Queen Anne and stick style, so forth.
Know how they are.
It started?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to walk around here and look at homes on the outside perimeter. Once in a while, look inside the perimeter of the park and see what the park's all about and what some of the homes are like. Most of the nice homes are on two of the four streets that make up this rectangular park. It has a lot of amenities to it, including basketball courts, a playground area, a handball court, I think with two sides to it, and it has outdoor structures such as there's picnic tables, there's benches. Here's a place where you can see the name of it, Welcome to Calhoun Park. Some people call it Jefferson Park because Jefferson Street School was very nearby, and they thought it was the playground for that school. But it's always been, since the 1880s, the Calhoun Park. And there's one Queen Anne Victorian home across the street. And here's Jefferson Avenue. And so we got our first side done out of the four. And now we're walking along the sidewalk. It goes more interior of the park. It's about a 30-foot way towards the interior of the park. Now outside the park, you can start to see some nicer houses towards the middle of the street. And you're walking towards the beautiful play center for the young people and the outdoor basketball courts. There's a spray park out there, I can see that. And there's gorgeous trees in the middle, oak trees and maples. Okay, and you can start to see a few nice houses across the way. One is very simple, but the next one on is a Queen Anne style. And we'll stop in front of that one for you. Okay, that Queen Anne has a Queen Anne tower to the side of it, and you can see it's an octagonal shape. So it's very nicely made. And then you see an apartment block, and then you see the Jefferson Street School. Hello. Okay, and across diagonally from us is the Jefferson Avenue School. It's a very beautiful school. Now it's residential, and you can see the architectural style is quite gorgeous, Victorian. Maybe you can call it a Queen Anne style to it. Very nicely made. All right, with a turret on the top. Okay, now we're gonna walk down the next street along. And pass another Victorian home. And then you can see inside the park is a playground set for young people, and the spray park I told you about. Okay, and here's a Victorian home across the street for you with a Queen Anne turret. This one looks hexagonal this time. They can take better care of it. Looks like they're trying to reshingle it. Maybe they had a porch up there. And it's trying to at least. And diagonally across from us is another beautiful Queen Anne. This time I think it's also hexagonal. And then up the last street of the four, finally coming off of Dwight Street onto Calhoun Street. And Calhoun Street has the nicer homes of the four sides. Right? And so we're going to look at a few of them. Most of the nice ones are towards the middle. A couple plainer Victorian homes, but we're coming up to a Painted Lady. Painted Lady has 3 colors, and this one does just barely a light and dark green, and then the pink that makes up most of the structure. So you can see how beautiful this structure is. Very well taken care of, and it's in the Queen Anne style. Again with a hexagonal Queen Anne. Alright, and then the next one along also has that kind of structure. It probably started its life has a shingle style, and its gable still has a shingle kind of ornament. And then the next one on is definitely a Queen Anne, and this time it has a circular Queen Anne tower for you, and it also has in the gable an ornamental piece and a shingle, a lot of shingle style, and so that definitely is a shingle style Victorian. Okay, very beautiful. This is Calhoun Street off of Calhoun Park. Alright, and so that's the last of the streets. And what I'll do for you is give you a 360 from this position with 3 nice Victorian, three Victorians very nicely off of Calhoun Street in the playground area and in the park itself. Okay, so I hope you get to visit this area.